A Senate vote on a 9/11-style commission to investigate the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol is expected later today. The proposal passed the House last week with GOP support, but Senate Republicans oppose a bipartisan probe. One of their arguments is that there are other investigations already underway. Kris Van Cleave joins me now from the Capitol to talk more about this. So this was supposed to happen yesterday. It didn't happen. The bill to establish the commission is widely expected not to pass in the Senate, though. Why is that?
There aren't 10 Republican votes to move it forward. It won't make it through the procedural vote that would actually need to happen for it to be voted into effect. It's likely to get a few Republican votes, but the threshold is 60 to end the debate, and it doesn't look like there are 10 Republicans to join the 50 Democrats and move this forward.
And what are the arguments that we're hearing from Republicans? You know, we heard about how the mother of Officer Sicknick visited with Republicans pleading for them to move forward with this bill. What's the explanation? In the lead up to you, we presented one, that there are other investigations going on. What else are they saying?
Well, Senator Lindsey Graham, who met with Officer Brian Sicknick's mother yesterday, said he still doesn't support the commission because his concern is that it would devolve into the equivalent of a partisan food fight. Senator McConnell, the minority leader, has said he believes that there are sufficient other investigations, including some Senate reports that we expect to have next month on the attack on the Capitol in January 6th. And then you have some Republicans who really just don't want to keep talking about January 6th. And so this is a way to try to get it out of the conversation as they want to pivot their focus as we get closer and closer to the 2022 election cycle.
And, you know, I mentioned that we thought that this vote was going to happen yesterday. It didn't happen, even though lawmakers were there into the wee hours of the morning, or at least late into the night, not the wee hours of the morning. Just explain to people just why they never got around to this vote.
Oh, it was pretty wee hours. I mean, they adjourned at 2:51 this morning. So it was a long day of the Senate doing kind of very little. They're stuck in the procedural votes over a bill that is completely unrelated to the 1/6 commission that has to do with better economically countering China, better competing with China. It's not a particularly controversial measure. It will likely pass with wide bipartisan support, but it is bogged down in Senate procedure. There are a handful of Republican senators that are really dragging this out. You know, we're also, in theory, on the edge of a Senate recess. So the hope had been that the Senate would wrap up its business yesterday and get out of town. But that's going to spill into today. They're back in session starting at 9 a.m. Eastern. They have several more procedural steps to go through to pass this China bill before they can take up the 1/6 commission. It is likely that they do that today, but it's the U.S. Senate, so nothing is a guarantee.
All right, Kris, thanks for giving us a snapshot of what's going on with that. Thank you.
Sure thing.